I grew up in a small town southwest of here, about 50 miles south of here, called Golden Meadow, Louisiana. I grew up in a restaurant family. My mother and father and grandmother started Randolph's Restaurant in 1946, right after my dad got back from World War II. And they ran it basically for 38 years. Being a member of a restaurant family, you know, me and my older sister, who was 8 years older, my younger brother, 8 years younger, we all took our turn working in the restaurant. You know, my father would see me trying to sneak out, so to speak, and he says, "Where are you going?" I said, "I got a date." "Call her up. She might want to come help you." Well, that never happened. But I knew growing up that, you know, my mother and father's commitment to the business always came first. It was above everything, above social life, above family life sometimes. The business gave us everything we needed. It absolutely came first. So when my father asked me my senior year what I was going to major in college, I told him theater. He looked me dead in the eye. He says, "Look," he says, "I don't give a damn what you study as long as you love it and that you give it your all." It was a restaurant, totally out the question. I says, "Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with this stupid business." And I told him all the reasons why. You know, I mean, I wanted to have a life. You know, never say never. I decided to come to Nicholls because I figured I'd rather be a big fish in a small pond than vice versa. And so for the 8 semesters I was here, I had 7 leading roles and 1 supporting role, 4 Best Actor awards, 1 Best Supporting Actor award, because I got so much time on stage. And I learned a lot here, I really did. But it was because of Nicholls that I got my first job through the American College Theater Festival program. I landed at the Alley Theater in Houston, Texas. It was a special time back then, from 1976 through 80. I rose up through the apprentice program there. I was only one of 26 students, picked out of about 800 kids that I actually auditioned. That first year I was the only one to get on stage. Everybody else was moving sets. I would have gone for another year. What would have been my 4th year, the theater had dire financial crises, and so I was out of a job for a year. I needed some money, and you know, I got hired on as an on-air talent for my home station, KZZQ KLEB. Started as on-air talent and then became head of production, doing all the commercials, and then eventually in sales, and then I became station manager. My father was getting ready to retire, and he said he had a buyer for the restaurant, our family restaurant. He told me who it was. I said, "Dad, I can't believe you're going to sell our family business to this jerk." And he says, "He's got the money. You know, I'm sorry." I said, "Don't do anything. Let me come up. Let me see what I can do." And I went and talked to some people, and you know, I talked to a very good friend of mine, and who was a banker, and he helped me put a business plan together, and I made my father an offer, and he took it. I don't know if there was a real buyer or not. It doesn't make any difference. I bought the restaurant. You know, and so when I sold the restaurant in 2001, I had been teaching here as an adjunct faculty member, teaching 1 night a week, classical French cuisine. Found out that I really enjoyed that. It was challenging to me because you know, it was something so entirely new, and but I took that challenge and really enjoyed it. I still remember the students in that class, and as the sale of the restaurant went through, I was still teaching here and there, and I eventually got to teach a first block of classes, still as an adjunct. When the sale came through, quite frankly, I was thinking about, you know, maybe going back to regional repertory theater and giving that a go again. And then they offered me a full-time position teaching here at the Culinary School. And I said, wait a minute, man. You know, I knew that at 48 years old I was going to have some lean times just trying to get reestablished in regional repertory theater. And at 48, did I really want to go through that? You know, and so I said, man, you know, you get to teach. You get off at 3:30, 4 o'clock. You can get into a rehearsal hall and rehearse for a show. Get on it. Get on the boards in New Orleans, and said, this might be the best thing that's going to come your way. And so I took it, and boy, it's just been so gratifying